Hey everybody, it's Elle back for another update with our IVF treatment. So today I'm going to talk to you all about my embryo transfer. Okay guys, exciting news. I am PUPO, which is a very weird word that people have made an acronym that describes pregnant until proven otherwise. So that is how I am right now. We just went through our egg retrieval, we just went through our transfer earlier today. I came home and took a nap afterwards, and now I'm fresh-faced and ready to tell you guys all about it. Okay, so transfer went really well. I was really excited for this time because I knew that it wouldn't hurt and there would be nothing wrong, and I was just really excited to hear how our embryos were doing because we had no clue. We were literally just sitting there for 5 days waiting to find out what happened to all of our beautiful embryos. So we went in and they had, instructed me to use the Valium. I think our transfer was at 10:30 in the morning or something like that, and so it wasn't first thing in the morning like the egg retrieval was. The transfer was a little later. So I took the Valium and I was feeling relaxed and I was just so happy. And so it was much quicker than the retrieval. So you did need a full bladder, but it wasn't uncomfortably so. I thought, I had a procedure done before where I needed a full bladder, and I thought that just meant you couldn't pee for a really long time, but they gave me instructions to go to the bathroom, empty my bladder, and then drink 32 ounces of water within an hour. And that's what I did. And they said I had a beautifully full bladder and it didn't hurt at all. It was I was pretty comfortable. That wasn't a problem at all. So that's what I'd advise you guys, is if they say full bladder, make sure you just, do what they advise you and just empty your bladder an hour before and then drink 32 ounces of water, which sounds like a lot, but it actually wasn't that bad because I had just woken up and I hadn't had a lot to drink. So I was pretty thirsty anyway. So I just chugged a bunch of water and it was fine. Totally fine. So anyways, so we went in and it was the same OR room and I had to get changed into the same gowns. This time I knew which ones to do. And my husband got to change into this really goofy thing that's a zip-up, disposable scrub suit. And he had to wear a hairnet. It was really funny. And they're like, you should take pictures. But I was so excited and kind of out of it from the Valium that I totally forgot to take pictures of that. But it was really cute and goofy. And so anyways, so we went back. They took us back, same room of the OR they do for a retrieval, but this was for a transfer. And then the embryologist came in and said, so out of all of this is the only hard part, out of all of your embryos, they all basically stopped growing at day 3, and then there's 2 left, and one of them looks like it's stopping growing and not going to make it, and there's one really good one. Is that there's one beautiful blastocyst. It's a little fighter, and it has just made it through all of this, and we really think this is a good chance. So I couldn't believe it. Out of 18 eggs, 1 embryo. 1 out of 18. And we didn't do genetic testing. We didn't do anything like that. There was no selectiveness. This was just the ones that survived. So I couldn't believe that. But anyway, so they took us back to the OR, and they were telling us this, and we were a little bit disappointed, but we were just okay, well, at least we have one really good one. And they showed us the embryo, the picture, and then they were describing, in the picture, which part was the baby and everything, because you could see a little clump of cells, and they said that's the baby part, and then this is what's going to become the placenta. And at that point, me and husband just looked at each other, and we were tearing up, and we're oh my gosh, this is a baby, and it's going to be inside of me, and it was just amazing. So anyway, so they were and if we have your permission, we'd like to just put this one in, and we said yes, that sounds good, and they said, and we'll watch the other one, and we'll let you know tomorrow if we were able to freeze it or if it stopped growing and didn't make it. So we were all right. So they put me back in the stirrups and they tilted me backwards, and then of course as we're doing this, another miracle, the radio was on, and out of the blue, our song came on again. And it was just absolutely incredible because this is 2 times in a row now that this has happened. It was God was trying to give us a sign or something. And so we both just looked at each other and we were holding hands, and we just like were both like tearing up, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is happening, and this is our song, and this is like the moment that we get our baby. And so that was just really amazing. So anyways, so they, you know, did the transfer. It only took a minute, and then, and they showed us on the ultrasound, like, my bladder and the little, like, flash of light where the embryo goes and everything, and so that was just really amazing. And yeah, and so we have the picture of the ultrasound and everything, and it was really hard to see the flash of light because the way I was positioned and the screen was kind of, like, tilted, so I couldn't really see that well, but they were showing me and they said they'd print off a picture, and then later on I was able to kind of like really pinpoint where it was, so that was really cool. So it's just a really emotional, really amazing experience, even though we only got 1 out of 18. So anyways, so then they brought me back. I just slid onto another stretcher, and they had me lean back in this really comfy chair for like 15 or 20 minutes, and then I was able to get up and empty my bladder and change into my clothes, and then I was discharged, and that was that. So it was much faster than the egg retrieval process, obviously, because there was no surgery involved, and there was no anesthesia or anything, just the Valium, just to relax you and to relax your uterine muscles. So we just came home and took it easy the rest of the day. I took a really long nap because I'm used to sleeping during the day anyways, and Valium made me sleepy, and we just hung out, and I played like some computer games and watched some movies, and that was that. And it was just a really amazing experience, and I'm really excited. I will say, so this was yesterday, and I did get an official certified email today from MGH, and they said unfortunately there were no embryos that made it to cryopreservation. So we have no frozen embryos, so this is our one and only shot here, and we're just really hoping and praying that this is it. So keep us in your thoughts and prayers. Pray for our little baby, and that's it for now, guys. And if you like, subscribe. Bye.